What kind of crazy Japanese petcock is this? You gotta like thread it up in there, and then you gotta tighten this down the wrong way while holding your breath. Alright, YouTubers, welcome back. My name's Dave. Like it has been, you know, forever, since I was born. Anyways, I got my Suzuki hat on.
No shit, Sherlock.
And standing in front of the Suzuki. Can't really tell it's a Suzuki unless you really know what you're looking at, because the tank is not on it, you know, well, Suzuki badges. And that is my goal for today. Get this tank put back together. I cleaned it a while ago. It's not that clean, but it's clean enough. So I gotta put the petcock back on it. Hopefully it doesn't leak. I'm gonna put it on the bike, run some tubes, some fuel tubing. I'm gonna put some inline filters on it. I don't typically do that, but you know, inside of the tank, it's not great. But yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna see if I can get this bike to finally run off its own tank. And if I can do that, it's not raining outside, at least not yet, I might throw my helmet on and spin it around the neighborhood. See if we get that far. So let's get into it. So if you don't know anything about these Suzukis, kind of like myself, this bad guy has like a built-in fuel pump, so that's just something else that can go wrong. But with messing with this thing, fiddling with it, I realized that you can put it on reserve and it just goes straight through like a normal petcock. So maybe that's what I'll do and test the pump later. I don't think I really have enough gas in my container to really worry about, you know, filling the tank up all the way just yet. But yeah, so this tank is a single petcock. Jam it up in there and, you know, tighten her down. There is a rubber, well, there was rubber. It's still there. It's not in the greatest of shape. That's why I keep crossing my fingers, and hopefully none of this is gonna leak, which it's probably going to. So let's do the thing. Let's, you know, tighten it down. Well, I'll be dipped. This sucker threads on backwards. That would be the right way. This would be the backwards way. Get the old Alabama socket set out, and of course I don't remember, you know, the direction this petcock should be facing, so I'm just going to tighten it up, hope it's close, get it on the bike. What kind of crazy Japanese petcock is this? You gotta like thread it up in there, and then you gotta tighten this down the wrong way while holding your breath, and it's still loose. I don't like it. All right, that was a couple of ooga doogas. It's tight. Let's throw it on the bike. Before I can throw the tank on the bike, I gotta take the seat back off. Suzuki and their engineering, you gotta have the seat off to get the tank off, but you don't have to have the seat off to get to the battery. It's a little different than the Hondas that I'm used to working on. Now, if you remember, I got a new rubber. Last video, I was talking about the new rubbers that I got.
No, not the time. Definitely not the time.
This is where this comes into play, I guess. Won't figure it out. This bolt also has a rubber on it.
That's what she said.
So I believe the tank is just gonna... Oh well, now this hose is in the way, so we're gonna have to... Well, we'll put this down here out the way for now. This bad guy just slides up in here like a normal tank. The tank has guides. Like so. And then I believe this rubber, if I remember correctly, kind of sits in there like so. Doesn't really fit very all that well. I guess that's the way it goes. And then the bolt locks her down. There you have it. That's the stack up. Rubber over there, rubber here. Bolts it in. Make sure you get your petcock oriented in the right direction. Which I didn't have it. I had to give it a little to get it lined up to where it's supposed to go. This tube here that I have plugged off that goes down to the carburetor, that comes up here to the pump. And then you got your two outs on the back. It's going to come down to your carburetors. That's the next task to tackle. I do believe I have some new tubing somewhere. Since I rearranged my garage, I've rearranged it in a fashion to where I can't find anything. That's about right for me. So I'm gonna find that tubing and let's get her plumbed up. Searching for tubing. Oh, tubing acquired. Tubing has been found. I was gonna put filters on here, but turns out I don't have any more filters. So I guess we're gonna hope and pray that we don't get too much garbage in those carburetors, since I had to buy those off from eBay. You know, fingers crossed. Turns out I probably should have put the tubing on the carburetors already. Now I got the air filter installed and the tank is now installed. Even if I take the tank back off, it's not going to give me any room. So I'm going to do the impossible task of grabbing a pair of needle nose and jamming it down on there, and then I'll just run it up. So boy, you know, this is the stuff that you learn when you're messing around with a brand of motorbike that you've never worked on before. This is the learning curve. You know, there's lots of learning curves with this little Suzuki T350, even though it's only a 305cc. And they call it a 350. I don't know, why didn't they just call it a 300?
And how long have you thought that?
The whole time. I've thought that the whole time.
Snaking fuel line into position. Oh, get on there. Get on there. Oh boy. Looks like I need a longer needle nose. I need some needle nose. Get down on it. Get down on it. You gotta get down on there. Oh by golly. It's down on it. Have any of you guys noticed the price of fuel tubing these days? It's ridiculous. I mean, it's just like everything else in the world, I guess, right now. Stupid expensive. And it's just tubing. That's it. Alright, all three. Well, 2 fuel and 1 vacuum line has been replaced. It'll look nice for the new owner, at least. Be like, hey, yeah, look, I changed the fuel tubing and head gaskets and base gaskets and rubbers and all these other rubbers and everything else to get the bike running to where it's supposed to be. Oh, and a new battery, and you know, tried to clean the chain and blah blah blah. So, yeah, maybe they'll appreciate some new tubing. I think it's time to dump some gas in there, wash a bunch of sediment down into the carburetors, and kick her over a few times. Get her running. Get her doing the bing 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 thing again. It's been a couple weeks. Hopefully it's gonna not be that difficult. I probably ought to move this oil so it doesn't spill everywhere. That's, you know, definitely something that would happen. Alright, I'm gonna chuck the seat on it, dump some gas in it, see what we got. See what we're gonna do. Hopefully the battery's not dead. Let's continue on. I guess I could probably throw these little pieces of tube down there with the rest of the crap tubing that I'm too lazy to throw away. You know, I like hoarding tubing. That's what I do. Alright. Drink up, little buddy. I don't know if I have the Petcock on off or on. Oh, there's fuel flow down through the line, so definitely not off. No oil in this gas, so hopefully the oil pump continues to work the way it's supposed to. Got to go up before you can go down. Got to go up to pull it out. Now you can go down, down, down. Now we're going down. Okay. We're going to close that down. Hike up the britches. Turn the bike on. Give her some chokage. It's already got gas. You can see it in line, you know, you got the clear lines. I mean, gee, I don't even know how many kicks that was. Maybe what, 3, 4? You know, every time I post a Suzuki video, the same guy keeps telling me, you should keep a small 2-stroke twin for yourself. And I'm like, I like fixing them and selling them. This one, I don't know. You know, what can I say? I don't know what to say. This thing is, once I got it running, it's like it doesn't, it's like it just wants to run. Just, you know, kick me once and I'm off to the races. Or 3 times, I guess. It really took 3 times. He might be right. He might be right. I'm gonna come out here, check the street, because it's lawn sale weekend here in Johnstown, and I have not seen this many cops out since I moved up here. And nothing screams pull me over and take me to jail like a two-stroke motorcycle that's loud, blowing smoke everywhere, and no license plate, no registration, no insurance. You know, that'll get you some jail time up here in New York. So I'm not seeing any policeman's or woman's. I know there's a female. She pulled me over in my Mustang. Actually, I think she was a Fulton County cop. Same thing. So, yeah, I'm gonna back the Ford up. Back the Ford out. Maybe spin it down the road. It's actually starting to sprinkle now that I got the bike outside and the back end of the Ford hanging out of the garage. So I think I'm gonna do the smart thing here, and I think I'm just gonna spin it around the yard a couple times, make sure the clutch is gonna work somewhat properly before I get out on the street. You know what I mean? A lot of people out today. Probably not the best day to do a test ride on the road, but I mean, what day really is the best day to do a test ride on the road when there's no registration, insurance, that kind of good stuff? So let's see if we can turn the backyard into a, an oval dirt track. Because apparently these bikes won some off-road race, and I think it was Australia, I was being told. So that's kind of cool. Let's see how well it works in the backyard of Johnstown. Let's just say that the brakes are pretty non-existent, and the bigger sprocket is making the low end gears pretty quick, and I feel like I'm riding my 1979 YZ80 when I dislocated my elbow way back in the day. That's as much as I can bend my arm, folks. This one can touch my shoulder. This one can barely bend. I think she's gonna be a ripper. I think it'll be pretty good out on the street. I think I'm gonna chance it. Let's try it. I'm gonna put you guys on my chest so you can see a chest cam of me getting arrested, probably. sounds like makes for a good Friday. I mean, that was a pretty uneventful first ride. That's look at it. Oh man, I'm almost speechless at how well this thing rode just those couple of laps around the neighborhood. Shifted great. The brakes, you know, the brakes are what they are. They're drum brakes. They could use to be replaced. You're not gonna stop on a dime. But you know, these bikes were never known for stopping. You know, there's a reason why the two strokes were the widow killers or widow makers, Kawasaki's and Yamaha RDs. They're, you know, they're dangerous because they're fast and they don't stop. And this is pretty quick and it doesn't stop. You know, I wasn't able to get up into the power range you know, the 5 yard sales that I went past and the old people, I guess I don't think they really appreciated me killing their mosquitoes.
God damn it.
With the smoke. So I figured before they call the cops and say, hey, there's some guy riding around in shorts and a blue hoodie and a green motorcycle that's really loud and smoky, I figured I'd bring it back, put it in, you know, put it back in the garage. So I am really impressed at how well this thing was going down the road. The little bit that I went down the road, you know, I'm torn. Do I keep it? Do I sell it? Do I send it off to a new home? Maybe somebody will restore it the way it probably should be restored. You know, get rid of the rusty springs and clean up the engine, new tires, new brakes, you know, all that good stuff. Or do I keep it and just bomb around town on it, killing the giant mosquitoes that are up here? It's a dilemma. But I think I'm gonna call this video here. Not sure if I'm gonna do any more videos on this Suzuki. If I want to take it to the next level, maybe I might do more videos. I don't know. Like I said, I'm really torn on whether to ship it off to somebody new or to keep it, put it in a corner and work on it. The problem with taking one of these bikes and totally restoring it is, one, I don't have the time. Two, paint alone, to repaint the parts that need paint, it's, you know, it's expensive. It's crazy. Paint nowadays is crazy. Now I probably could buff it, get it a little cleaner. You know, somebody had that stupid Fox sticker and now you can see the outline. I could probably put another sticker over top of it, maybe an American flag. That might work. Anyways, I'm gonna call this video here. If you like this old motorcycle stuff, give me a like. If you wanna, you know, send it off to somebody that you know that likes motorcycles, you know, share it with them. Follow, you know, hit the notification bell so you know when I'm putting out new videos. Subscribe. I'm getting a lot of good subscribers. I'm over 1,000 now. Thank you guys very much. It's much appreciated. You know, I never thought I was going to get to 1,000 subscribers when I first started this YouTube channel. You know, the channel started, I'm terrible. I was terrible and not good in front of the camera, whatever. But I wanted to spread my knowledge of motorcycles and cars and the stuff that I learn and blah, blah, blah. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm going to, you know, keep doing it. It's not my full-time job, obviously. I'm not making hardly any money off from it. Actually, I haven't made any money off from it yet. So, like I said, like, tag, share, follow, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and like always, till next time, thanks a lot.